Howdy, howdy. Glad you can make it. Ando here from Happy Life Martial Arts. Welcome to weekly workout number 5. Today I feel the need for knees. To get the most out of this workout, please go grab a pillow. Off the bed, off the couch. If you don't want to use a pillow, maybe roll up an old jacket or fold up a yoga mat. But once we get there, you're going to have a lot more fun holding on to something. Okay? Now I should tell you, when we start throwing these knees, we're really going to wake up the middle muscles of our body, and that's going to make you feel like a superhero. So if you're ready to power up, let's get started. Okay, here we go. As always, please clear your space, make sure you're safe, and pick your pace. Most video players have a speed setting on them, so if you think I'm going a little too fast, put me at half speed. That's cool. And if you think I'm going a little too slowly, well, put me at double speed. You'll be done in 20 minutes. Okay, as always, let's start off by standing still. Plant your feet, own this space. Expand into it with a big breath and just stay still for a moment. Now, when I say still, are you really still? Your body always has movement in it, right? Your heart is always beating, your blood is always circulating. But even beyond that, even if you could keep your body still, your thoughts are still moving. Your feelings are still moving. My question to you right now in this moment is, which part of you is leading? Consider that the way you think affects how you feel and how you move. The way you feel affects how you think and how you move. And the way you move affects how you think and how you feel. So at any given moment, part of you is in charge. Part of you is giving orders. So right now, who's leading? Be very careful, because if you're coming into a workout and you're already letting your body lead by saying, oh, I'm stiff and I've got a pain, well, then that's the way your workout's going to go. Your thoughts and feelings will follow that. That's not a great idea. If you're coming into it with a negative thought about yourself, like, oh, I'm a loser, or I'm out of shape, I haven't worked out in a long time, well, that's how you're going to move. We don't want that. Remember, this workout is really a work on. You're working on yourself. So my recommendation to you right now, take that big breath, see if you can tell who's leading, and see if you can choose wisely. What would you rather have leading? Is it the motivation to defend yourself and defend your family and fight for justice? Those are good feelings. Is it the thought of building discipline, setting a goal, losing weight, being able to gain a skill? Good thoughts. Is it just your body? You just want to move, get the blood really pumping. Pick a leader. Let that leader guide you through this entire workout. And if your leader starts to fail a little bit, maybe you're enjoying the pump, but your body's getting tired, well then switch leaders. Change leaders as often as you need to. Let your mind, your feelings, and your body all work together to make the most of every moment. Make sense? All right, one more big breath. Choose your leader. And then let's start waking up our middle muscles as promised. Spread out your feet a little bit wider. And instead of starting with an arm swing, let's start with like a hip swing. So just move your hips back and forth. Wake up these middle muscles. Okay, you just relax your neck, relax your arms, and just swing your hips. I'll turn a little bit here. Just feel relaxation, if you can, in your back, in your belly, and just open up this area. Okay? It might look a little silly, but hey, I'm not watching. I'm peeking a little, but all right, big swing. Now we're going to add our arms to this, okay? So reaching up, if you can look back, that's even better. And then we're going to swing all the way down. If you can look through your legs, that's even better. So all the way up and then all the way through. And now keep this going. Big breath and let it out. Just move comfortably. And again, if you start feeling like your back says, hey, I don't like that, Well, that's your body talking. Choose a different leader. Give your back a little love. Say, I love you, back. Don't worry. It'll be okay. All right, we're going to do 3 sets of a little routine here. So that's just warming up a little bit up top. Let's meet on the ground here. Next, let's intensify a little bit. We're going to walk out with our hands and then walk out with our feet. All right, so the idea would be this. You can bring your feet from here, walk them up to your hands as close as you can, relax. Now walk out your feet and keep going as far as you can. And then walk those all the way back. Okay, now let's do the same thing with your hands. I'm going to move back a little bit here. So just relax, my hands are hanging out, and then just start walking that out as far as you can. Try to keep your back straight, and then walk that all the way back. And if you can't go all the way today, that's okay. Let's do that one more time. Walk out your hands. Nice big breath. See how far you can extend yourself. And all the way back. All right, that's set number 1. Back up. Woohoo! Since we're throwing knees today, let's just lift up the knees. Nice and gently, just warming up. Bring them up. And again, feel those middle muscles. Don't think of knees as just a leg movement. Think of it as a hip movement, a belly movement, a back movement. Really think about your whole body participating. I say that a lot, don't I? Use your whole body. Good? Nice. Now let's do the same thing on the ground. Hands on the ground, and just mountain climbers, nothing fancy. Now if you want to just start off nice and easy, just bring up your knees. Strong hands, big breaths. Oh, I gotta stop talking. Oh. Big breaths, just bring up that knee for now. That's all. Nice. Now let's start our circuit again, okay? So back up. Here we go. So wider stance, reach back, and then swing down. Swing up and back, down and through. Big breaths. Who's leading right now? This feels great. I hope. If something pops, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Always start slowly. Listen to your body. Have that conversation. And just push yourself, but don't hurt yourself. That's what I like to say. All right, let's take this down to the ground now. Here we go. Why don't we start with the hands walking out. So I'll put my feet down. Let your hands relax for a second. Quick little stretch here. Whew. And then walk it out, walk it out, walk it out. If you're ahead of me, go ahead. It's your workout, your pace. Let's do a couple more of those, okay? Hands out. As far as you can. I'm getting a little fancy here and trying to do a little push-up at the end. You don't have to do that. But why not try? Just go as far as you can for today, all right? A little walk out there and back. Now let's just switch that. I'm going to step up in my space. Put my hands down and walk it back. Little steps as far as you can. Walk it in. Whew, so simple, but it's a lot to work with here. A lot to think about. A lot to feel. One more of those. Nice. La 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 la. Hope you're smiling. It makes it easier. All right, back up. Knees up. That's where we are. So lifting up your knees. Go a little faster this time. Challenge yourself. Let that foot just bounce right off the floor. Ooh, ooh. Good. Think about your middle muscles, helping pull up that leg, your hip flexors, your back, hips. Good. Same thing. Let's back down for a couple mountain climbers. Hands down, knees up. Let's go a little faster this time. Just thinking about the knees today. I'm not putting my feet up here. Just working on the knees. If you add a little twist, I find that feels really good. Really kind of talk to that lower back. Say, hey, nice to hear from you. How do you feel down there? I feel terrible. Stop this. Oh, You're so funny. Don't you want to save someone's life? Maybe your own? Good. All right, back up. Last set, here we go. So let's be a little more aggressive this time, okay? Widen out your feet and pretend that you're the mega lumberjack. There's a big log here. You're reaching back with a big axe, and you're just gonna whoom, chop it right in half. Reach and chop. Nice. On your pace, big, wind up and chop. Don't think about adding tension to this. It's the opposite. Think about letting go. When I reach back, I'm not tight here. I'm trying to let go. Let go. When I come down, let it go. So that's where the heaviness comes in. We've talked about that. Try to feel heavy on your way up, heavy on your way down. That usually means you're relaxing. So focus on that feeling of being heavy. Good. All right, a couple more walkouts. Let's go. So I'm gonna start with my feet again. That was fun. Relax that back. Walk it out a little faster this time. Back. You pick your pace. I'm just gonna go a little faster here. Bring it back. One more. Woohoo! I didn't break my nose. All right. I'm gonna switch. We'll do the walkouts with the feet. Hands down, nice and strong. Take a breath. Walk it back as far as you can. Walk it in. Try to stay right here. The ground is a great training partner. One more. Woohoo! And back. All right, up. Last time with the knees up, but if you want to add a little jog to it, let's do that. So knees up. Knees up. I like to keep my hands up most of the time. A little higher, not necessarily faster, but a little higher, just for fun. Oh, who am I kidding? It's a better exercise. Good, let's finish up with the mountain climbers, okay? Hands down. Did you forget your smile? Don't. Smile. And mountain climbers, a little faster. And a couple twists in there. Knees up a little higher. Smile a little bigger. Because this is for you. Why would you feel bad? That's not the point. Little twists, a couple more. Feeling great. And great job. Whoo! Shake that out for a moment. See if we can come back to feeling still. Feel your heart beating. There it is. We talked about this. Your heart is always beating, or you wouldn't be watching this video. So just tune into that for a second. Close your eyes even, and feel the movement of the heart. See where you can feel it. Maybe not just in your chest. Maybe you can feel it in your neck. Maybe your wrists. Maybe down in your legs. Wow. Tune in. We really want to work towards connection of everything. Like I said, we try to use our whole body in the martial arts. But that's going to include everything that happens within this body. The feelings in our chest, the feelings in our guts, the thoughts in our brains. I want all of that connected, aware of each other, helping each other, coming together to be our best. Okay? While we're still catching our breath, we're going to use the wall, or if you have a door frame, like we've done with pushing and kicks, I'm going to do the same thing with my knee now. Let's get a little more specific. I'm going to bring out my friend, Bobby Bad Guyski. I'm going to use him, just so I don't turn my back on you. But please go to the wall, and hands up, always good. And just put your knee on the wall. And just like we've done with pushes and kicks, just find a place where you can feel comfortable pushing on that wall a little bit. And just play with this. Again, we're building trust. That's what we're doing. I want my body and my brain to start connecting and saying, hey, this is okay. This is a good position for you. This is strong. I can be balanced here. I can move my muscles here. So just keep going on this leg for the moment. Pick up your heel sometimes, let it dangle sometimes, kind of feel that flex. Move around how you're touching the wall or the door or whatever you got there. I'm just going to show you, as you lift up that knee, you might find yourself wanting to twist a little bit this way, and it turns out. You might feel like rotating a little bit this way, pushing out that way. That's great. Play with it. That's the point, right? Just play with it. Don't think about right or wrong right now. This is your body. Your body will tell you what's right or wrong. So just play with that. Cool. Switch your legs if you haven't already. See if I can turn him around. Put that knee up. Okay, and this time, as you're playing around, touching maybe with the front of your shin a little bit if you can, pointing your knee a little bit, making it sharp like an arrow, sticking in. Just play around with how you're connecting with the wall and the angles, turning your hip a little bit. Really play with this foot on the ground. Flex that ankle, feel how that ground moves up and influences this hip, because that's what it's going to be all about here in a couple seconds. So just press that wall a little bit. Do what you got to do. Build trust. Feel good. Hopefully it feels good, doesn't it? No? All right. Cool. Now you can keep doing that while I point something out here, or you can just come over and take a look. Let's take a look. Here's a bad guy. Now, there are different ways that you can throw a knee, different kinds of knees, coming in from different angles, basically. Today, we're just kind of looking at two, and eventually really just one. You know what we're looking at here. Maybe you don't have to look at it, but the groin, the soft parts in the middle, great target. So the first of the two kicks would just be that your knee is coming up and under that groin area. This is a super powerful and effective strike. You don't even need a lot of power, really. If you don't believe me, ask a fella. But that angle, just so you're seeing, when we get back to our stances, this knee is coming up and under. So let's just call that like an up knee. So that'll be one kind. The other kind that we're looking at, to keep our theme going of pushing bad guys and bad things out of our life, is more of a pushing knee. Okay, so that just means you're, instead of making this super point and coming up, you can shoot this like an arrow in. So now you can see why I wanted to warm up our hips this way. So get that feeling back, and then you're just tying it to a knee, swinging it in and pushing. Now, one quick little tip. The shin is a pretty powerful bone, strong bone, especially right up here at the top. So if you find yourself connecting with a target, a heavy bag, or a dummy like this, or a bad guy, with the top of that shin, pretty cool. As you go higher up and you hit the patella, that can float, right? Your kneecap moves around. So sometimes to stabilize that, you can squeeze your leg together a little bit, flex that. So this just is a little more stable if you're going to poink. Did I say poink? I meant point or poke. So I created a word there, poink. Poink with your knee. It's just like a fist, right? These are small bones. If you're going to punch something, you want to stabilize as many of those bones as possible. So you usually learn to squeeze your fist so that it kind of stabilizes it. That's all, for safety. So same thing, as you're throwing these knees, pointing is kind of fine, or pointing, and more of a push this way, also good. I hope all that makes sense. Let's play around with that pillow now. Do you have the pillow? You have it? Okay, pick up that pillow then. Thank you, sir, for your help. So pick that up, and this will just give you something to focus on, okay? And let's just do a couple of rounds with both styles of knee. Ready? So first, 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back, hands up as if you're grabbing onto this bad guy, and let's go for the up and under, more of a groin strike type of knee. So I just want you to bring that up as sharply and as fast as you can. Get going, let's go. So bring up that knee and then set it down. Bring up that knee and set it down. Bring up that knee, okay? Now you can feel why the middle muscles are so important. Keep going. Just like doing a crunch on the ground where you're bringing your shoulders and your pelvis together. There's a lot of that feeling here. You're holding onto that bad guy and kind of pulling them down while your knee is coming up, crunching those muscles in the middle. So really focus right now more on the top of that knee, coming right up under that pillow, okay? Switch your legs other side, you get the idea. You can go a little faster if you want to. Just feel that knee come up, boom, that's it. When I say boom, that's not what he's gonna say, most likely. All right, up. See how fast, give yourself a couple of challenges, like stop, and then boom, see how fast you can bring up that knee. Just for fun, mix it up. Okay, so that's the up knee. Now let's get right into the push knee. Same idea, but now we're gonna hold the pillow out a little bit. This is a little closer, right? If I'm very, very close to this bad guy, bringing up my knee works out very nicely. Sometimes we have a little more distance, and I wanna make more distance, so I'm gonna push with that knee. So hold your pillow a little farther out. Give yourself that surface. Maybe looking for the hip line. That's a nice general target to push right into the hip creases and the bladder, just to make them fold over, okay? So hold this out a little bit, get your knee up inside, and then touch the pillow, and you can fall right through, just like we've done with the push kick. Same idea, so bring your body weight up and through that pillow. So just up and in. And land with control, always. Boom, and down. See if you can feel how your hips can slide there. Boom, in. Try a couple with that more pointed feeling. See if you can point that knee a little bit. Might feel a little different. Might feel more awesome. That's what I meant. Just put that knee right through his body, right through his spine. Oh, come on. Yeah. There you go, bad guy. Switch your legs, other side. Just playing with it. You start off easy. Just hold this out so you can see it. Get that knee up inside, touching the front of my knee. And then I'm just gonna use my hips and my back to push it through. All right? So up and through. Now, yes, you're thinking, hey, but the first time I did it, I pushed it through and I dropped it. That happens. Don't forget that I'm crunching. And if I'm crunching, that means my shoulders are coming down too. So as you push your hips out, pull your arms down, okay? Here we go. So you got the pillow out there, pull this in while you're pushing that out. Got that? That's what we're really trying to do. Pull him in and knock out his base at the same time. Let's do, hold up. Let's do just a quick little isometric kind of thing. Hold that pillow, good grips, good grips. Pick up your knee, push, and let's just hold it. Try to rip your pillow apart. Just push. You can point your knee if you want, but just really play with your hips here and your balance. And just feel that. See how far you can reach with your knee. Keep pulling, that'll give you a little support, believe it or not. There you go. Switch your legs, just a couple, something else to play with. You can do this with a belt anytime. You can even do it with your hands, just pushing. You just can't quite go as far. So have fun here. Grab that pillow, pick up your knee, there you go. Push it and pull with your hands. Push with your knee. Working on your balance. Middle muscles. See how far you can extend that, make it pointy. Poink, poink, poink. All right, I won't say that again. All right, cool. Now, you can put the pillow down. Let's add one more little variation just because it's fun. The jumping knee. Now, yeah, you could jump up. That's a fun one. But today I'm still thinking about pushing, so let's jump and push. Now, this is important. If you're gonna throw a knee, I think it's a great idea to always be taking a step forward first to set it up. Just like with kicks, if some bad guy's coming close, I do not want to move backwards and lift up one leg and put myself in really a precarious position. Same thing with the knee. When it's time to fight, if I have to, I would like to step in so that I have a commitment. I'm moving them back on their heels, I hope, so that I have some kind of base to move that knee into. Okay, I don't want to just sit here flailing. So, as we start this jump knee, we'll start with a little bit of a step, and we're just going to push through the pillow and go as far as you can. So hands are up, take that front leg, take a little step. You feel it? That's like a rubber band starting to stretch. Now take that back leg and just push it forward and land. And then just turn around. If you could do the other leg, let's alternate. So your hands are up, take that little bit of a step with the front foot, boom, push with that front knee. And keep that going there. Try some a little pointier than others. Step, point. Step. Did I say poink again? Sorry. Okay, you feel that? This is the superhero stuff, all right? If you speed this up now, boom, I think you're gonna feel like you're taking off like a rocket. Let's make it even cooler. Take that step, turn it into a stomp. The stomp, you know what I'm saying? The stomp adds a feeling of commitment to what you're doing. I think it's a really valuable training tool and could be a little unsettling to the bad guy. I'm not just tiptoeing around trying to fight back. I stomp in. I stomp and then knee. It's a big commitment. They can feel that energy, and more importantly, you can feel that energy. So if whoever's leading that fight, your defense, isn't so confident at the moment, let that big, strong foot pump you up. Change your feelings, change your mind. So try a couple. Instead of a step, jump knee, take that front leg, oh, I don't want to screw up my mic. Take that front leg, stomp, jump knee, and just take off. Have fun with this. You don't have to listen to me right now. I know you're gonna have fun. Go ahead. So just big stomp, jump knee, and see how far you can go. And then just turn around. It's fun. Stomp knee. Right? Just have fun with it. Hands are up. Hey, hey, I don't want to fight. And then stomp knee right in their face and in their belly. Stomp knee. Push it in there. Push it in there. How far can you go? Stomp knee. Hands up the whole time, of course, right? Always the hands up. Okay, let's put this into some combos right away. Let's start off close range. Usually the knee is a close range weapon, but that jump knee gives you an option. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. They're close. So we're gonna do a double elbow push, all right, like last time. So you just pick up those elbows, hide your head, double push, and in that space, let's use an up knee into the groin. And as soon as that knee comes up, then I'm gonna pivot away, push, and get out of there, okay? So you can start if you want. I'll show you again, just in case. They're close, they got in a little too close. So tuck your chin, eyes up, stomp in, boom, with your double elbows. Hands ready to grab or control if need be. And right from here, I'm just gonna bring in that back leg, boom, right up, under, up. Boom, as soon as I do that, push the head to the side and get out of there, okay? Get out. Get out, I say. Cool. Are you doing it? Are you doing it? This one's fun. So bad guys close, double elbow, quick knee, pivot, and get out of there. All right, boom. Move them back just enough, boom, to get that knee up, and then get out of there and move. They're very close, they're very close. Make a little bit of space with those elbows, just enough, boom, to get that that knee up, and then get out of the way, and hide your head, and back out. All right, a couple more of those. Speed it up a little bit if you like. So boom, bang, turn. It's a good one. Hey, hey, back up, back up, back up, boom, bang, turn. Cool, all right. Take a quick breath. Next one. Let's go back to that jump knee because it's just so much fun. Let's pretend for a moment the bad guy isn't right here. Let's make up a new scenario. Maybe your best friend's over there getting beat up because they're not cool like you. They don't come to a weekly martial arts workout. Oh, you should have sent them the link. Anyway, your friend's over there getting pummeled. You're over here. Now, you could just come running over here and give him a push. Yeah, you do what you want. But one nice opening salvo, one nice attention getter is to cross this gap with your knee. So you're kind of putting up a shield as you're coming in, just in case anything wonky is going on. And it gives you a nice way to just come in with that knee and then land with your hands. So let's try that. We're gonna do a jump knee. Let's add a 1-2 palm heel or punches if you prefer, and then pivot and get out of there. Make sense? All right, so you're back there. Hey, leave my friend alone. Jump knee across, land, 1, 2, and then get out of the way. Push him down if you like. Make sense? Keep that going. Hey, leave him alone. Boom, 1, 2, pivot, push, right? So imagine this. Yeah, let's say I'm the bad guy. Bam, and here you come. Jump knee, holy smokes, punch, punch, or pom, pom. And you get out of the way and you push me down. Or you get out of the way and you push me down. That's what's going on here, all right? I'm over here, bang, bang. What are you gonna do about that? Boom, ah, pom, pom, ah. Push me down, whoa. That's a lot, bringing in a lot. That one feels good, right? This is the superhero stuff I'm talking about. Try one more of these, okay? Imagine, tie on a cape. Put a cape on. You're gonna save your friend, if not the world. One more, make them far away, all the way across that parking lot. And here comes you. Jump knee, pow, pow, pivot, and push. Nice. All right, one more combo. Let's just switch it around a little bit. Instead of leading with the knee, we'll lead with the hands. Let's make that a double push. So now we have a lot of space, and I just feel the need to keep following that up with a big jump knee, and then we'll pivot and push, right? So they might start off pretty close. Hey, we're in hand-to-hand kind of range here. We're not in double elbow range. We're just a little farther out. So I'm gonna, again, make that stomp. I'm trying not to screw up my microphone, but if your neighbors can handle it, or if you're not gonna wake up anyone in the house, make that first step a stomp. I promise, it just feels good. So, they're right around here. You're gonna stomp in, double palm, boom, to the face, hide your head, of course. And as they start rolling back, you're gonna boom, and then follow up with that big knee, and then just pivot, get out of the way, and get out of there, okay? So let's do that. There you go. A big push with your hands, and then a big jump knee, knock them back. Yep. However much space you have in your room, just use that. So big jump knee, big push, and then a big jump knee, and with your hands up. Please keep those hands up. Keep going. A couple more. Keep your hands up. That's important. Cool. Remember, if that's the bad guy over there, I push. If I drop my hands, I can still get punched. If I'm super cool and I hide my head and I jump in with this knee and my hands are down, now I can get punched. So, a couple more. Everything you can, put this together. A stomp and a double push. A big jump knee with your hands up. Do what you gotta do. Pivot and get out of there. You got it? That's fun, right? Okay, catch your breath for one moment. Stand up. Let's catch our breath the way we started. Big breath up, and then let that go down. Let's slow that down a little bit. Big breath up, hang back if you can, and then down, all the way down. Keep that going. Big breath up, stretch those middle muscles, and down, stretch your middle muscles in the back. Keep going. Consider, you've got middle muscles in the front. We're all obsessed with those, right? Who's got abs? But what do most people complain about? Back pain. So that shows we think a lot about the front middle muscles, but we don't think a lot about the back middle muscles. A nice little workout like this, I think that'll remind your body like, oh yeah, I want to be strong and flexible both ways. Cool. Now before we go, I really wanted to try something today. Just a little bit, and we'll do more coming up in our review and reps class. We'll take all these lessons that we've done so far, there'll be less talking, and we'll just rep them all out. But here's one little thing. When you hear me say ground sparring, what? You're working out at home, maybe you don't have a training partner, that's why you're here, right? But the ground is a great training partner. The ground, gravity, is always trying to pull you down, break you down, and make you quit. So I'm gonna meet you on the ground over here, and let me show you what we can do. Here we go. All right, so here's the idea. The ground is your bad guy. Again, gravity is trying to pull you closer, right? Every time you're doing a push-up, it's like, I want to collapse. So just use your imagination and pretend that this is the bad guy. That's his face right there. And they're trying to pull you close. And our theme right now is trying to push bad guys away. So we'll get on our hands, or if you prefer to be on your knees, totally cool. If you prefer to kind of lean out on a wall, step your feet back and put some pressure on your hands by leaning on a wall, also good. So pick your poison. Poison? What? No, pick your vegetable. This is good for you. So here's your bad guy. And now let's go through some moves. Let's try it together a little bit and then we'll freestyle. So, they're pulling you close. So I'm going to practice my push away. Hide my head, use my palm heels. I come back. I want to do the 1, 2. 1, 2. I just palm heeled him in the face. Maybe I like to throw an elbow. So I drop my elbow and just touch the floor. I'm not looking to hurt myself, of course. Ooh, here comes that knee. Boom, there's a knee. Boom, there's another knee. How you like that? So you see what I'm doing here? So let's just play around a little bit. There's your bad guy. Go. I'm gonna palm. Throw a knee. Throw a jump knee. Put my knee on the floor there. Yeah. Oh, he's getting me close. I push him away. Hide my head. Whoa, I use my elbows. He's still close. Right into some palm heels. Right into a knee. Boom, there you go. Ah, another knee. More palm heels. Boom. Elbow. Ah, elbow. Nice. Whoa, double elbow push. Boom, hide my head. Big two-hand push. Palm heels. Yeah. Knee. Ha. Ooh. Okay, take a second. Hold on. Let's do one more round. And this time, we're going to add the pivot. Right? I must say over and over to you, if you're hitting a bag or you're shadow boxing, however it is that you're training, please keep getting out of the way of the bad guy. Don't run all your drills feeling like you're super great, punching, kicking, can't be stopped, but you're standing still. Your head's right here the whole time. Always make sure you're hiding your head if you're in front and moving your head to the side when you're not. So we'll add the pivot. How? Well, no big deal. I'm not sure how much room I have, but hopefully you have room. Let's say I do my push, knee, and then I pivot to the side. Now I'm gonna do 1, 2, elbow, knee, and I'm gonna pivot over to the side. I'm gonna add a push, boom, get away. So you can work any combination you want here. All right, so let's go. Another round, ground sparring. Bad guy, okay? Gravity's trying to get you down. So I push him away. Whoom. Big jump knee, there you go. And I get out of the way, nice. Palm, palm, yeah. Elbow, elbow, knee, pivot. Keep going, palm heels, as many as you want. A big push, big knee, pivot, get out of the way. Good, palm heels, elbows, boom, boom. Pivot, get out of the way. Good, knee right off the bat. Whoa, look at this guy. Knee, yeah, palm, palm. Headbutt, what? Push, pivot. One more, keep it going, you got this. Palm heels, elbows, yeah. Knee and pivot. And a big push, get out of here, man. And let's call that right there. All right. Well, I'm leaking like a faucet here. How about you? Let's take a second right here. Sit up tall. Whew. And let's see. Who's leading you right now? How you feeling? I really hope you're feeling powerful. Opening up these middle muscles, when you stretch them, can bring up a lot of emotions, I find. And I've heard other teachers in movement arts talk about the same thing. And we'll get into the nerves and the muscles of this area and why you might be having emotional responses. It's normal, know that. The main thing is to not be afraid of exploring this area. Don't be like that. I mean for martial arts. So today we worked on opening up these middle muscles. And the nice thing is the middle muscles connect your upper body and your lower body. So when you really work on the middle, you're connecting everything. And if you're using your whole body, it's crucial. You have to do this. When you do that, you're going to feel more power than you've ever had before. Your legs are behind every punch. Your gut, your back, your butt, everything is in every move you do. And that power is pretty, I don't know, pick my words carefully. I was going to say seductive. Seductive if you go to the dark side. Empowering if you stay on the light side. But more than anything, once you feel this power, like I said, this is not a workout. It's a work on. You're working on yourself. You want to make sure that if your brain is in the lead, the body's going to be okay with where it's taking it. If your feelings are taking the lead in your life, you want to make sure your brain is on board and can plan accordingly. And if your body is in charge, you need to run how you're sitting in a meeting, how you listen to someone when they're talking, that your thoughts and feelings are right there with it, that you have connected all parts of you into one strong person. And then the challenge is don't forget how powerful you are. That's what this work on session is all about. You feel the power that you have, and you feel how much more power you can gain the next time. Don't let a bad guy make you forget this feeling that you have right now. That's what they want. They want you to forget that you're powerful. They want you to forget that you can say something or do something. Not going to happen. No. And also make sure you don't make yourself forget. Negative thought comes in, drop down, do some ground sparring. Let your body remind your brain, hey, you're very powerful and skilled. You're competent. That's the way this game is played, my friends. It's self-defense. You're defending yourself not only from the ghouls and goblins out there, but the ghosts in our own brains and hearts. Okay? And if you forget, hey, I'll see you next week. That's what we're here for. Until then, smiles up, my friend. Let that smile be your shield and your sword. Keep fighting for a happy life.